We took a trip to Chicago to ride the Joliet Rocket, aka the Nickel Plate 765. Being a tourist, we stopped here to see the triple track racetrack with high hopes of seeing a bunch of high-speed trains. Sadly, we saw this instead. Well, instead of a bunch of trains, we get to see a bunch of precast railroad grade crossing being put down, which is kind of cool. Other than the racetrack, the only thing I really knew about in Joliet was Al Capone's once was home. But it didn't take long to find other things like, hey, the very first Dairy Queen ever. How cool is this? What? What do you mean it's not here anymore? With disappointment oozing, we get lunch somewhere else. After lunch, we happen upon the Rialto Theater where the Marx Brothers used to play. Groucho once said they failed as chicken farmers because they spent too much time watching baseball at Wrigley Field. We decided to head to the Windy City and go to the Museum of Science and Industry. Here we see good old 999 that actually broke the speed record going 100 miles an hour. Watch out. Needing more information, we climb up the steps and ask the engineer, hey, how does this thing run anyway? Not understanding what he said, he says, what do I got to do, draw you a picture? I don't know about you, but that sure looks like Jimmy and David. I'll leave it up to you to figure which is which. As we make our way away from good old 999, walking past the big driving wheels, I was kind of surprised to see that they actually have cable cars here. Just like Rice-A-Roni, I thought that was a San Francisco thing only. We go from low speed to the Burlington Zephyr, the first diesel streamliner. Looking good. If you now take a look above the HO layout from Seattle, you notice that big airplane hanging in the sky. Well, it seems that didn't just show up. It came on a barge. The barge landed and made its way to the museum. One of my favorite things, the German U-boat used to sit in a parking lot. Now it's inside the building. Before you could just look through the periscope. Now you can actually go inside and see stuff. As we enter, I can't help think of the Godfather movie. Oh, he sleeps with the fishes. So what does this have to do with the nickel plate anyway? Well, nothing. I'm just building up the excitement. It must be break time. Let's see what they got on the menu. Hopefully something nice and cold to drink. Check out the bottom of the bottle. It says soda jerk. What? It's hard for me to go to Chicago without thinking about certain things, so let's think about it for a second. I'll show you who's a nickel and dimer. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget to send a card. The good old Holy Name Cathedral that's been known to catch a stray machine gun bullet or two. Oops. I think if I'm John Dillinger, I'm going to skip this movie. All this bouncing around's got me thirsty. Let's get a drink. What? Oh no, say it ain't so, Joe. Suitcases on the roof are cool, but really the fun part was the front license plate is that, while the back license plate is this. I wonder which they really want. Well, I hope you liked, or at least tolerated, the little walk around Chicagoland. As we take a quick ice cream break, it's now time to sit down with a couple characters and get some local information about where we can go for dinner. We somehow are able to catch an Uber, which takes us to a place where we can get some deep dish pizza. It was pretty good. After a great supper, it's finally time to buy our last souvenirs and get on board. Start the video. We had to fly to Chicago to ride the good old nickel plate 765, known as the New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad. It almost always goes by the name of nickel plate. Friends for 50 years, my old shipmate Paul and I decided to wear our uniforms to celebrate the old style steam engine. Well, actually our civilian uniform when we hit the beach. Except for the modern video guy, I feel like I'm back in time. Time to get on board. As we get off the train and taking a little bit of artistic license, you notice the wheels are really clean on the engine. I learned, however, when a train rolls 60 miles an hour for an hour, it throws a lot of oil on the wheels, which you can plainly see. Not to worry, we have people to fix it up and make it look pretty for the run-by. With all the bolts greased and tightened up and torqued up, it's time to wipe down the wheels to make them white again. Meanwhile, I wait in line to take a look inside the cab. Let's check it out. If you ask Logan real nice, he'll tell you what all those levers do. You can see the speedometer goes up to 80, we went 60, and it has about 250 pounds of superheated steam. They had the throttle locked in the stop position. I wonder if they're trying to tell me something. Hey, get that modern stuff out of there. Well, it's time for the train to back up and do a run-by. You can see the brake lever being released from the passenger car. Time to go. There's our car, the Norfolk Southern number 29. Little free advertising plug by the sponsor. Check it out. Everything's clean and shiny now. It was really hard to hold still without a tripod. An efficient engine hardly makes any smoke, but for a really cool run-by, we need steam, smoke, and lots of whistles. They're blowing out the saturated steam out the side. Train stations, so a token Metro train comes in. we get ready to leave, so does the train.
You don't have to do nothing but coming from you. I don't know where it's behind.
Well, I hate to admit it, but I think of all the videos shot, Debbie got the best video. However, I think I got the better sound effects. So let's see her video one last time. Well, that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed it.